Hello and welcome to A Celtic World, the YouTube channel and podcast that celebrates the fact that Celtic have fans all over this great big planet. From Arbroath to Almaty, Kirkintillich to Kairat, wherever you happen to be watching from, you're part of A Celtic World. And tonight we're joined by two men in very different places. One is the old sod, but we don't call him that anymore. Brian, you're in Ireland. How's it going?
Not too bad. Bit of a heat wave yesterday. I know we're talking about the rain, so I decided to put in for a short notice holiday and lap up the sun, and it's pissing out of heaven. So there we go. Doing good. Looking forward to the show. Hi, David. Hi,
David. How are things in Afghanistan? No rain there, I presume.
Yeah, hey Gaff, hey Brian, hey folks in the chat. No rain here. Day 20 in the Big Brother house. Still no booze. Very much looking forward to getting home in 10 days' time. It's pretty warm here. I was travelling yesterday in a different part of the country where it was 39 degrees. But thankfully it had gone down. Last month it was up at 46. So on the way back from flying back yesterday, had to circle Kabul city for a while until the earthquake subsided. So fortunately, I get down in one piece, and I think today's episode will be sponsored by Imodium. It was a fun flight. So welcome folks, and looking forward to it.
David, what did you do wrong? Because you must have done something wrong to be put out to Afghanistan, and then it's dry. So you're not going to out sneaky pint somewhere.
No,
go ahead.
I think it's good. I think I drank enough for the rest of the year to allow me to have 4 weeks of abstinence. But no pressure, Gav, but I'm looking forward to a big weekend when you're over for the Huns game.
Oh, so am I. Absolutely. Can't wait for that. That's very soon, actually. It's only a couple of weeks away.
Yeah.
We're already halfway through August, and that's the end of August.
Yeah. Hard to believe.
Yeah, well, which brings us kind of on to, I suppose, what we're going to talk about. I'm excited to see that the fixtures are have become apparent now for August. Before we do that, let's have a quick look at the thumbnail. Cup half full, half empty. That's the big sort of question, isn't it? There's a sort of schism among the fan base, or maybe a spectrum of happiness and despair. But if we're concentrating on the football, we've got a couple of cup games that have become apparent. On the left there, you see the boys of Kairat celebrating the fact that they're into the Europa League, at least, and into the Champions League if they get past us. And then Falkirk on the other side there. So, like I say, fixtures. It's great to see a fixture list. This is the first time I've done this, saved an image of the fixture list. And that's a pretty exciting August, Brian, wouldn't you say?
Definitely. Like, if we can come away with, I'm not saying 3 points, but if victory in each game, we'll be laughing, at this stage. I'm sure we can talk about the fixtures, but that's what it's all about. Down at the top table, 2 Champions League qualifiers and game against the Maggie mob. The cup game and then away to Livingston. Oh no, it's at home to Livingston. Even better. Yeah, I'd like to think.
David, have you anything to add to if we can come away with a victory from each game, we'll be laughing?
Well, I think we've been given a very favourable draw for the Champions League. I know that it's quite a long journey, but and I know we're going to come on to that in a few minutes. But no, for me, it's home to Falkirk to qualify into the next round, home to Livingston to be 7 points clear of the Huns, home and away against the Kazakhstan team, and then batter the Huns to be 10 points clear before the 1st of September. What a time to be a Celtic fan.
What a time indeed. There's a question from John Clements. You might want to clarify, are you a spy in your day job, David? I'm assuming David is your real name.
Well, this is it. This is it. So let's say yes for the moment.
What
Yeah,
was
let's
the
go.
what was the name of the company that James Bond worked for? Was it something like a trading company? Remember, he used to go, "Yes, I'm here from such and such enterprises." Anyone in the comments know
Yeah.
that before my ADHD kicks in?
Well, I was shaken, not stirred, after
By
yesterday's
the
earthquake.
earthquake.
If that
Very
helps.
good. Oh,
Very
yeah, I
much
should have been
aware of
ready
it.
with a badum tish. It's too late for it
Yeah,
now.
if when I open my mouth, for sure. Crap joke alert.
Okay, so yeah, there you go. Falkirk at home is the next league. Oh, no, cup fixture, League Cup. And then we're at home to Kairat, at home to Livingston in the league, away to Kairat, and then away to them a lot over the other side of the city. Insert epithet, insert alternative term for the Rangers Football Club. So yeah, I'm very excited about that fixture lineup. So all the sort of anxiety about what the hell are we doing transfer wise, that can be not necessarily totally shelved, but at least it gets blurred out of focus when you consider the games we have to deal with. So that's what I'm concentrating on. Chris D is feeling positive. Can see us qualifying and going to Ibrox and winning, And Craig McLean, 5 wins from 5. This is Brian's analysis. And we're in the Champions League and we'll have wrapped up the league. Beautiful month, August. I mean, the feel-good factor will be almost off the charts if that happens. Of course, sack the board as well. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Hello?
Hello.
You're Mark calling Orson. Come in, Orson. All right. Well, the big news is Kairat. So let's get on with that, because that's the Champions League is what gets everyone's juices flowing, Brian. So yes, Kairat Almaty pulled off a dramatic win over Slovan Bratislava in a penalty shootout and are through to the Champions League playoffs. Next up, a clash with Scottish giant Celtic. Brian, you watched this game?
Yeah, I watched it, and Bratislava had enough chances to probably win the game 3-1 or 3-0 on the night. Almaty they're doing a lot of diving. They were mouthing to the referee. They had a couple of players. There's a guy called Marco. He was quite physical. I think he got booked. And then there was a young fella called, pardon my pronunciation, Datsan Satpaev. So he looked a real pain at him there. He looked a real pain in the ass for them. He's only 17, but just mouthing and rolling around the place. I think we need to make sure we can't. We need to get a 2 or 3. We need to be 3 or 4 up, and get the job done at Parkhead. We don't want to go over there looking to get something, because obviously the travel, the heat, and everyone else. And I was listening to our old friend Hamish, and the time hopefully will be a good thing for us, because it'll be the equivalent of 2 a.m. In Almaty time when they're playing the game, which can only be a good thing for us. But again, it's just this stage. They've got through. They're not great. They don't really, not say deserve to be in the Champions League, but if we can't beat them, then, the board will be, I think we'll beat them. I really do. But we just need to be very, very careful. And I would wrap the team in cotton wool and put out a second string for the Falkirk game.
Well, I don't think that's going to happen. Why are we playing the Falkirk game if not to get minutes in legs? But just to go back to your mention of Satpaev, he's already signed for Chelsea whenever he comes of age. So he's a mouthy wee prick. That
was my
Chelsea
take from
ethos.
it. Mouthing and just going up to the referee and all the rest of it. But just didn't like the look of him. I'd imagine him, your man Marco, I think he's the centre half, I think. Just need to be careful of him. He's a big animal. So we wrapping Hatate and cotton wool.
Do you know anything about Well, let's talk about the place first. I mean, you're our globe-trotting espionage expert, David. So you're in Afghanistan currently. Surely that's only a hop, skip, and a jump away from Kazakhstan.
Yeah, I think you take a bit of a detour to get there, but yeah, it's about a 7 hour flight from Bangkok, and I was looking at it yesterday. I think it's about an hour drive from the airport once you get to Almaty International Airport. So I'd seen some things online where they were saying it was a massive train journey and stuff. So it is quite feasible for people to go from the world famous Bangkok Celtic Supporters Club. But I don't know if any of us, will make it this time. I don't get back from Kabul till about 6 o'clock on the Monday morning. So for me to travel on the Tuesday would be probably a step too far for the sake of my marriage and testicles, not necessarily in that order.
Very good.
But just to go back to the bit about the guy being the annoying wee prick, maybe we could get him on the show to join the other annoying pricks that we've got, self included.
Oh, I was wondering who you were throwing darts at there. It's just a bit of self-deprecating humour.
Absolutely. Yep.
Do you have a good? I don't know how much of an idea you have of what the place looks like, but I've got a video here. It's silent, so we can talk over it. But just to give you a little taste of Kazakhstan and Almaty, there's some drone footage here from what does it say there? Exploratio or something. What do they call it? I can't remember. What do you think of that, Brian? Does that look like an interesting joint?
Yeah, lovely.
It's Cave Hill, isn't
it? Near to near China, isn't it? It's the nearest country to.
It's got a border with China. Yeah.
Border with China. What's that there? Looks nice. Yeah, just go get the job done, come home.
David, your travels don't ever take you to this part of the world, do they?
No, I've not been there, but it's mental to think that a team can qualify and play potentially in the Champions League when they're closer to China and further away from Glasgow than New York. It's just lunacy that we're having to travel that far. But in saying that, they're having to do. I mean, they were travelling to Europe yesterday or the day before, and then are having to do the journey next week as well. So it's affects them probably worse than us having to have done the journey twice. It does look quite bizarre, that photo. Is it like Brighton on steroids?
Well, like a lot of these places that we know very little about, you're surprised when you see how modern it is and developed, and there's a lot of people there living their best lives. Whereas we sort of joke about Kazakhstan because of Borat and
There are a couple of Brazilians playing for them. There's a guy, Jorginho, which I thought was, I wonder if that's the ex-Chelsea player, but no, just it's like Ronaldo with a small R, Riquinho is another one, and never heard of them before. And there's a guy, Glazer, I think his name was, he's Israeli. But I don't think we'll have anything to worry about. Just CCV and Scales can put the feelers on Satpayev early on and make sure there we are.
Yeah, these guys seem to be their main threats. That's goal scorers on one side and assists on the other. And you can see Satpayev and Jorginho are responsible for, plenty of those, as you can see. Yeah, it'll be interesting, all right. I see quite a few comments from Mahesh on this, who seems to sort of know a fair bit about them. Almaty, questionable defence. If Slovan created chances, Celtic should get plenty of opportunities to score. Which is a good job we've got a striker who takes his opportunities.
Who's on form, yeah. That's
Doesn't
the only
need too
worry.
Many.
If we get all these chances but we're not scoring and they get on the break. But let's be positive. I think we'll we never like these qualifiers, but let's just get it done. We're a different level. I'm not saying how much amount sat pay would cost. I don't know, but on paper, we should be better in every department. But as David says, don't underestimate.
Well,
And
that's
also
sort of the
just say that,
balancing act, isn't it? Yeah, go ahead, David.
Just say the amount of research that Brian's put in to this show. It shows the quality of the outputs of the Celtic world, and I'm sure that everyone is liking and subscribing as we speak. Did we get? Are we doing the 1888? Did we manage that one, or is that
Oh,
for another show?
It was 1887 when I checked, about 10 minutes before the show. So if you subscribe right now, you could be 1888 people. And then we'll save it and declare your legendary status. You can tell all your friends. I subscribe to a Celtic World, that awesome podcast made by Celtic fans all over the world, for Celtic fans all over the world, that one. And I'm the 1888 subscriber. So that would be good.
We'll pay for the tattoo. Celtic World 1888. We'll get you. We'll pay for your tattoo. You heard it here first, folks.
The opinions of David aren't necessarily the opinions of a Celtic World. Just like to point that out. All right. No, but as you say, Brian, a bit of perspective needed according to St. Anthony here. Yes, it's a long way to travel, but look at their recent Euro results. They have a coefficient of 7. It's difficult to imagine a more favourable draw at this stage of the qualifiers. This says there's a coefficient of 4, the same as Derry and Crusaders, below Linfield, St. Joseph's, and Magpies of Gibraltar. Well, I don't know. Anyway, a lot of people are making the same point, As a football side, we should have no trouble getting past these people.
Yeah. However, when you take away the Kuhn goals, and as dare I say it, Kyogo, etc., we need to. I would really like us to start scoring sooner than later. Certainly our forwards, Dyson. We can't be relying on midfielders to pull us out of a hole, so to speak. It'd be great just to take that pressure off the rest of the team. But we've seen it happen. Don't think it will, though.
Well, who do you think's going to play in this game then, Brian? If you were manager, first of all, what would you do?
Is this the Falkirk game? The Falkirk game?
We're still talking about Kairat, first of all.
Well, Kairat would have the nailed on. It would have Sinisalo or Schmeichel and up front. The back four speaks for itself. Ralston, AJ, CCV, Scales, and Kieran. I would stick with Kalmak, Nigrin, and Hatate, and Jamesy on the wing, Dyson, and then you have to Ida, stroke Kenny, stroke Shin up front. I would be more likely to go with Ida for the game, and if he doesn't do it, then we could maybe say, we need reinforcements, but give the guy an opportunity to prove his worth on the big game, on the big stage. He has scored 3.
You got any interesting lineup changes or proposals?
So obviously, I'm very confident that we're going to pull out all the stops with 2 magnificent signings in the next. When does the transfer window stop for us to?
About 45 minutes, I think. Yeah.
So there we are. So 45 minutes. So
no, I'm only joking.
If Rogers is listening to this podcast, I'll just watch the recording, mate, and go and get us a proper striker. Assuming that we've got what we've got, I think we probably have to go with Ida. You can hear the enthusiasm in my voice. I think what Brian said last week. We have got a very, very good, strong defensive unit. Scales played well in the first league game. I didn't see the game last week, but by all accounts, it wasn't as good. So probably because Trusty hasn't played for a few weeks, I guess he'll have to play. I would have been tempted to have Trusty in alongside Carter Vickers. I still would like to see Engels playing in the midfield and see if Negrin can play on the right side instead of Jamesy. Jamesy at 34, I guess he'd probably play against Falkirk. So, that's a lot of games in a relatively short period of time. So, he'll probably play Forrest, but I would like to see Negrin on the right with Engels getting into the midfield, and then sadly, Ida up front with Maeda, who'll hopefully come onto his game for the first time in a while.
I thought you were going to go softer on Ida after.
That was me going softer.
So sadly, we'll go with Ida up front.
Yep.
I think if he drops
word this week,
if he drops Ida for a Champions League game at home, you might as well just say his career's over. And he actually has Brendan's come out and said, he needs some breathing down his neck at Ida. So Kenny and Shin are not putting pressure on him. But if he was to bin him or drop him for the game, I don't know if he could make a comeback from that. I know we all.
Are you buying that explanation from Brendan, or is
no?
That him
I think he's protecting.
A, sending a message to the board. B, protecting the player, and C, justifying his purchase.
all of the above, but he can only deal with what he has, and Ada is the best on paper forward we have at the minute. If you could say put Dyson up front, but I don't know, Dyson's off the boil a wee bit as well, but it's he has to stick with him, and I think he will come good again. But all these sort of factors and noise and stuff out there starting to get a bit much, I think. But we all like a player who tries, and remember his Milo Sorrow and a couple of these other ones over the years. Oh, he's a great. He runs like Ada has it. His game is big physical guy up front, not John Hartson, but that's his that big old fashioned centre forward number 9. That's his game, and he just needs to get the confidence going. And look at what he did when he was on loan, taking those couple of penalties against Hibs, and scoring a goal in the cup final to win the cup. Just confidence. Just needs to get his confidence back, and a good way to do that is against Falkirk this Friday and scoring a hat trick, David, against Kairat, if possible.
Yep. Yeah, as I say, last week I was quite harsh on Ida, and this week I've tried to be a bit kinder. But I don't know if he was ever seen, despite the 9 million sort of transfer fee, I don't know if he was ever seen as the number one striker. I think last year he got a decent number of goals, but I think for me he was more of an impact player.
Yeah.
Someone coming on after 60 minutes. And I think when the tiring defence, for me he is a big strong guy, but he doesn't seem to use the cliche ragdoll the defenders. I don't think he uses his attributes as well as possibly he could. But I think it works best against a tiring defence when you had the likes of Kyogo running them ragged. Maybe Yamada could do something similar, but realistically, we're hoping that we're getting a real good striker in with the £1 billion that we've got in the bank.
Yeah, I don't know if I accept all this talk of Ida never was supposed to be a number one striker. It sort of sounds like revisionist history to me. If he'd have come in and been banging the goals in left, right and centre, we'd have been delighted for him to be our number one striker and would have been looking to bring in a number 2. It's only because he's never, or he hasn't really fulfilled that role. He hasn't really grasped his opportunities. And that other
Even
people
when
have
he
been
came
ahead
in
of
as
him.
But even when he came in on loan, when he did very well when he was on loan, for me, he was still very clearly number 2 to Kyogo. So then he started the new season still behind Kyogo. Gets to Christmas, Kyogo leaves, and
that was his moment to step forward as number 1.
It was his moment, yeah. So he didn't carpe diem, as we say. So
could you show off your big spy words?
Yeah, definitely.
Carpe diem. Yes, indeed. All right. So you think we're going to get the job done? This is what a lot of people are saying. Oh, we're going to get the job done in the first leg, rendering the return leg almost an exercise in going over there and
that's what I would like.
Door.
Whether we do get that is another thing. But you have to think there has to be a number of factors. I mean, the Schmeichel, if he makes a boo-boo and then they put 10 men behind the ball, play for the 1-0. I don't know. I would be a lot happier if our strikers were scoring. However, we do have Negrin and Hatate and players like, James E. Forrest's due a goal. And I'm just clutching at straws. Just want anything. I'll take anything. Goal off someone's arse. Just get us through the game. Remove any kind of stress or strain. But
putting aside the stresses and strains of Brian's arse, David, can you tell us, what do you think Brendan's going to be telling the boys? Do you think he's going to be saying take shots from the edge of the box? Because that's something we've hardly done all season. We've had about 1 or 2 shots, and one of them was Hatate's goal. But against a team like this, try and get them to not walk. You don't have to walk the ball into the goal, surely. Just pepper them with strikes, crosses, headers, you name it.
Yeah, I think for the first 30 minutes, let's play proper football, but mix it up with a few shots here and there. Just getting back to hopefully finishing the leg as a competition, at Celtic Park next week. The last time we went to Almaty, we were 5-0 up after the first leg. We were 6-1 on aggregate half time in the second leg.
Yeah,
and then they scored 3 goals in 5 minutes, and it was adult Pampers time on again for a while before I think we ended up we won overall about 6-4. So I think this is them playing. This is them doing the long journey twice in a week. They're a mediocre team, and we really should have more than enough, even with the current squad, to win quite comfortably. To be honest, I mean, realistically, if this was in the league, are we talking about lower level SPL? Are we talking about sort of top of the sort of the Scottish Championship? I mean, they're mediocre, and I think we're sort of making too much of the fact that we've had a bit of a misfiring strike force. We should have plenty to get over the line comfortably.
Monty never fails.
Well said.
Well travelled, Monty.
Yeah, the Blue Brazilians.
There's somebody coming in with your favourite line. That's Edward.
Yeah, well, hail Eddie.
The world famous.
Yeah, trademark.
Is there anything special happening for the Rangers game?
Well, I think we're. I don't know if Eddie's been able to arrange it, but we're looking to get a life-size statue of you, Gav.
Oh yeah.
So I think that's probably the. That's
Hope
probably
you've got plenty of
highlights.
concrete.
I've also told the lads that with your singing, that the last time when we had the Asia convention, we had a guy called Gary Jameson, who we flew over from from Australia to do a bit of singing. So I was thinking we could probably get an hour or so of some of your greatest hits, Gav. So no pressure.
My biggest tits will be visible through my Celtic top.
Yeah,
Give you that guarantee.
So, no, I'm looking forward to it. As I've not been back. I think for the away leg is on the Tuesday night. I think it kicks off at 1:45 Bangkok time. So we'll be keeping the pub open, fairly sure, for that one. So that'll be my first game back. So yeah, I look forward to seeing the lads at the world famous, and make sure we've got something worthy of your arrival, Gav.
I don't want any special treatment. I'll just slip in quietly, take a seat at the back, sup on a creamy pint. That's all I want to
Well,
do.
there's plenty of opportunities to slip in quietly in Bangkok, Gav. So there you go.
And you can't crowbar the word creamy in there somehow.
I'm biting my tongue here.
You
You'd
can
slip
get
that in
people
as
to
well.
bite your tongue in Bangkok as well, Brian. So
All right, so that's Kairat then. Well, that's exciting. I'm still a bit confused about the kickoff times because that picture I showed earlier is a complete mess. For me, anyway. I mean, 8 p.m. kickoff at Celtic Park. Does that sound right? For the first leg?
Yeah, the Champions League's always 8 o'clock.
Okay. So that's a bloody awful time for me. And then is the return leg? Oh yeah, that's even later.
There's talk the return leg will be 6 o'clock European time, which I don't know. They play
What the hell
Bratislava.
happened here?
I think it's going to be a 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. UK time, Ireland time for the return leg. So,
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at John Clement's comment there.
I don't know what he means by that. What's the suggestion? That resembles me in some way?
Not at all. Not at all. Cheeky
I
get.
do. Put him in timeout. Nah, I won't do that. All in good jest. All right, well, that's Kairat. All right, so anyway, that game is not the next game that faces us. The next game that faces us is the League Cup, Falkirk. All right, so let's do a little bit of talking about that, shall we? Brian, do you know where Falkirk is?
Scotland.
Oh, yes, good answer. That's correct. That's what I have on my card.
I don't really imagine it's sort of
You're right if you
outside
imagine.
Glasgow somewhere. I'm
Or
bluffing.
somewhere
Perth.
between Glasgow and Edinburgh kind of direction.
Perth, is it?
That's
No.
where it is.
Oh, there we go.
What do you know of Falkirk, David? You're the local.
Yeah, so 20 minutes by train from from Queen Street, Glasgow. That's I think Falkirk's where they've got that horse thing. Is it
Horse thing?
the horse thing? The horse's head, not the Godfather reference, but there's a famous kind of big horse's head.
Okay.
Shergar.
Yeah, I'm going to have to give up my spy job to become somebody to work for the Scottish Tourist Board. I'm sure there's a proper name for the horse's head, and and it's one of the kelpies. Thank you, Kenneth. So yeah, that's about the extent of my knowledge of Falkirk. Easy to get to, easy to get back.
There's quite a lot of people in the comments suggesting that it's not, in fact, the most pleasant of destinations. It's not like a holiday location. Or words to that
It's
effect.
up there with Cowdenbeath, but yep.
Well, what about the stadium? Stadium looks like this. It's
Rockville, isn't it?
three-sided. It's a three-sided stadium, Brian. And I
Yeah.
don't know if you can read what that says.
Yeah, I can.
Don't think I can quite read it.
Ultras
Go ahead.
80. Ultras 18. Sorry, Falkirk Stadium, not the biggest, but a fortress. South Stand, that's the battleground. Ultras 1876 run the show, flares, flags, full voice every minute, no tourists, no silence, just pure noise. This isn't corporate football. It's raw, real, and run by the lads. Tifos, smoke bombs, full on chaos, all for League One. That tells you everything about the mentality. The gaffer said it was like Warsaw. Opposition hate coming here. that's how it should be. The ultras don't stop. Rain, wind, losses, doesn't matter. Falkirk is the badge. Ultras are the soul. There we go. Craig Brown. Don't think it's Craig Brown. He's dead, isn't he? Died a couple of years ago. Well, there's obviously more than one Craig Brown.
Falkirk is a town steeped in Scottish football heritage. Oh, we're at home. Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
So why does the Falkirk Stadium matter? Oh, Scott. Scotty. Oh, you have revealed the amateur hour going on here. No, of course I knew we were at home. I'm just putting this up so we can talk about the club a little bit and get a flavour of the fans. Right, Brian? It's not like I mistakenly thought we were going there or anything. Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so it's Falkirk in the Cup. Who are we playing in that game, David, then? Are we keeping people safe? Are we giving people a run out?
So I would, I'd have a strong team. I think let's get the first part of the treble wrapped up. I know if we win our next 3 league games, the league will be wrapped up by the end of August. But certainly to have the league wrapped up by August and be on the next stage for the League Cup, I think is important. So I'd play a strong team. To be at home to Falkirk, and then we've got 5 days before we play the Champions League, and that's at home as well. So, we're at this stage of the season where people are still getting up to match fitness. So, I don't think we need to be. Thank you, Strange Lovely Doctor, and apologies, Monty, for not realising that you were first.
What does Kelpies? What does that mean?
Kelpies is the horse's head.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So for me, I would play as strong a team as we can. I don't know if Pusey will be, would be ready for that. I would certainly be looking to give Trusty a bit of game time, just in case something happens. I think he should be playing anyway, but certainly either Trusty or Pusey, it's an opportunity for them. I think we have to play Tierney because we don't seem to have any options at all. I think Engel should play. And I would allow. I would hope that if Ida can play, get that famous confidence that we're all talking about for him, and see if he can put up a good performance.
Brian Harkin putting out a much changed side. Just about everybody who needs some minutes.
That's the team I would play. That's the team. I couldn't care about the League Cup. I'm more interested in the Champions League.
We only say that until we're pushed out of it. When we lost against Kilmarnock a couple of years ago, everyone was gutted. No, you play a decent team. I mean, that's maybe a bridge too far for me, I think.
Bridge too far. Well, I'm seeing quite a lot of new names in the chat here. Sligo Boy, Brian Harkin, Scott there from earlier. Any one of those could be our 1888th subscriber if they were to subscribe right now. Like I say, before the show started, we were on 1887. So it's there for the taking. It's right in front of you, lads. That glorious prize that David's going to send you. I can't remember what it was, but at his own expense, he'll be sending you something.
A Celtic World 1888 tattoo.
That's what it is. A Kelpie's a mythical horse, creature of the sea. Yes, David?
Yep.
Oh, I thought you were going to fill us all in on that.
Every day's a learning day. I thought you might have understood by my description of a horse's head. I wasn't really too au fait with what it actually was all about.
Not too au fait. You know, a thought crossed my mind today when I was going through Twitter when I saw the Celtic francophone people on Twitter. I was thinking, I wonder, could we pull off a French episode, David? Could you and I get on some French people and try and muddle our way through? Do you think that would be
I
possible?
think if we got Christophe on, I'd be delighted to have a bash at that, for sure.
We should record it so I can edit it and make us look good, rather than it being live and we reveal ourselves as complete charlatans.
I'll make us sound good. I think making us look good is going to require a fair amount of editing, Gav. But certainly we can. You can make us sound better.
Quite a few teams coming through. A lot of people are going. Is that the one I showed earlier? Maybe that's the one I showed earlier.
No, it's
But
the same one.
you can
buddy.
see there's themes. Yeah, people are saying stick all the others also rounds all.
But we'll have to
also
have a
rounds
look at
this
them.
season.
If we can't,
Yeah.
if we can't look at players and say look at them, see what they have. I mean, if McCann scores 2 or 3, Shin or anybody has a chance. I mean, if Bernardo gets a chance against Falkirk and doesn't do anything, then the writing's on the wall. But I would really wrap everyone in cotton wool. I would nearly put what I call the new keep Ross doing in nets rather than Sinisalo or Schmeichel, but that's never happening.
Going crazy. Falkirk or Pish says Evo. That's also a new name, I think. Evo 1888. Here's an interesting point. Same team as Newcastle, he says, apart from Pusey. Famously, what are Falkirk known as? What's their nickname? Crickets.
Crickets?
No, I'm just saying there's no sound, therefore it's crickets. Do you not know what they're called? Come on. Somebody in the chat's going to say in a second and embarrass you.
The Burns.
Yeah, thank you.
They've already said it, Brian. You saw that.
I didn't see it.
You
I
did
did.
totally. Know you too well.
Thank you, Will.
Well,
Remote.
in Newcastle, they use the term bairns, don't they, for kids? Do they use that as much in Scotland? Because you hear wains all the time in Scotland, but do you hear bairns as much as wains, David?
I think in Glasgow, Waynes is probably what I would be using more. But yeah, Burns is fairly common, but I would tend to say the Waynes.
And so why are Falkirk called after children?
Don't know.
Well, I looked it up. Falkirk is nicknamed the Bairns because the term bairns is Scots word for children, and the people of Falkirk have been referred to as bairns for centuries. Possibly as far back as the 17th or 18th century. One local legend connects the name to the Earl of Callendar, who, in the mid-1600s, toasted the wives and bairns of Falkirk. The motto, better meddle with the devil than the bairns of Falkirk, also reflects this usage. So there you go. Sons of Falkirk. Because they talk like... Oh no, I can't put that up, I don't think. Middle of the road, Falkirk. I'm not sure what some of these messages are. Oh, someone's just subscribed. Look, Sligo Boy says, I just subscribed there. Thought I was months ago. Sligo Boy, you very well may be 1888 subscriber. And that's commonly the case. You know, you think you've subscribed because you watch things quite a lot on YouTube. But if it says subscribe below this, it means you haven't. So get on with it, right? In fact, don't take it from me. Let's hear from one of our international viewers. Unfortunately, this international viewer is from your neighbouring country, Scotland.
English prick here. Simply love a Celtic world though. All the best chaps have subscribed already. Have you?
You like that one, Brian, don't you?
English prick.
There's Mo getting behind us. Good man yourself. All right, so I guess it's difficult to say what we think the score is going to be if we don't know what the team's going to be. I suspect he's going to put out a reasonably strong team. It's not going to be those list of also rans this season. There might be one or two of them in. I mean, maybe Bernardo and Engels or something like that might get a run out, I think. But other than that, I think it'll be quite normal. What Brendan has done before. So do we want to just confidently predict victory over Falkirk in the Cup? Is that what everyone
5-0.
thinks? 5-0.
I agree with Paul, yeah.
Paul Galante, whose name I don't recognise. Well, I had loads of new people coming in today. This is great. Very welcome to a Celtic World. It's great to have you here, wherever you come from, wherever you are. You're part of a Celtic World. Brian says 4-0.
Yeah, I don't know if the Taliban have subscribed.
Some of the things that people are talking about in the chat are all a bit odd. Have you bought an Afghan coat? Did you see Afghan coats?
Yeah,
No,
it's
what's that?
Oh, you do?
It's but this isn't quite the weather for it. But yeah, it's like yesterday when I was in a different part of the country, it was up at 46 degrees last month, and then in the winter it goes down to -20. So yeah, you need a fairly warm jacket for that one.
Smell the Glove subscribed ages ago, but it said subscribe there. He thinks there's Hun mischief at work. Yeah, there's somebody's trying to keep us down, definitely.
The Afghan coat, that's the one. Do you remember your man, what's his name? He did the advert in the 70s. He's a Cockney, bit of a Cockney guy. He's a big Afghan. No, he looks like him. And he's crossing the road with the flowers on, and he's got the big leather Afghan coat with a fur collar. He was a real Cockney. Oh, Jesus, what's his name? Will come to me. One for the kids.
What are Afghan coats made out of? Says Anna. Well, I'm asking that, but Anna Paramo says they're pretty cool. What are they made out of, David?
I'm guessing wool, heavy wool. But I guess I can go out and I can probably what's that misheard is now the proud owners are after.
Is that who you mean? The guy from Power to the People? That guy? Freedom for Tooting?
No, it's not him. It's
Citizen Smith.
His name was like Bill Brown or Mick somebody. He was. I don't know what he was. He was a sort of Cockney comedian stroke songster from the 70s, but he did an advert, or Green Cross Code or something like that, and he was wearing Kevin Keegan was doing one as well, but he had the three-quarter length leather jacket with the fur going around the collar and right down. It looked cool as ice. You couldn't wear it now.
Yeah. It's not Citizen Smith that he's talking about.
I see they're saying it's goat wool, and then one of the guys was saying about if you were maybe I was dyslexic and they thought I'd bought a goat instead of a coat, but it reminds me of that joke about the dyslexic guy that went to the toga party. I don't know if I need to bother with the punchline because it's probably one of the oldest jokes in history.
Well, those are your favourite types, so go ahead.
Yeah, so he went to a toga party dressed as a goat.
He was dyslexic. Oh.
Thank you. Yep, yeah, I didn't say it was any good, but I did tell you it was a joke.
No wonder there's so many people that thought they'd subscribed but haven't. With quality like that. Goodness me.
People are unsubscribing by the second.
I suggested Arthur Daly, Smell the Glove, but it wasn't that. Brian's busy Googling like a mad thing to try and come up with something. There's Monty. Monty's chuffed with your contribution as always. He's biting his lip, I suspect, Monty. Monty would rather say something much harsher, but he's staying in his lane. Right. Okay. So what stage are we at in this chat? Let's get back to it. We've talked about our expected lineup. I've shown the pictures of Falkirk Stadium for absolutely no reason because it's at Celtic Park. Brian, have you discovered the answer to what it is you're talking about?
I can see the coat, but I can't see the man. Flip me. It'll come to me. Give me a minute. I'll find it. It's not really that fun. I will get
You don't
again.
you don't mean like
Uh-huh.
John Motson and his famous quotes from the 70s?
No, it's oh, Christ.
Unknown caller.
I don't know. I'll get it. It's like
Let's
Bill
leave it.
Brown, or it's not. It's sort of the ship has sailed.
It's too late. You can silence your phones, lads. All right. What about Celtic socials? Have we seen end of interest recently? I just saw something that I thought was a bit ridiculous. This UEFA business. Have you seen this? UEFA Super Cup in Udine. The message is loud and clear. They've got all this stop killing children, stop killing civilians. UEFA sanctioned banners. Yet they fined Celtic because their flags displayed the national flag of Palestine, a gesture of solidarity by Celtic support.
Joe Brown.
Joe Brown. Geez, of all the times to jump in, Brian, we're doing a very
Sorry.
sincere bit. Okay, forget all the Gaza stuff. It was Joe Brown, ladies and gentlemen. That was the guy in the Afghan coat in the 70s. Breaking news.
Rick. Do you have any pictures of him? Do you, Gav?
I don't have any pictures of Joe Brown on the off chance that you're going to mention him during the show. No.
Is his daughter
right.
Sam Brown? And this
That's
isn't
the
even a
one.
joke, actually.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right.
She was a
Look-
one-hit wonder.
So was he.
Can we get back to the matter in hand here? Anyway, there's this UEFA hypocrisy, virtue signaling of the highest degree, because, the tide has turned, hasn't it? And suddenly everyone's clamoring to get on the right side of history. And then this other thing here, UEFA posting this, farewell to Suleiman Al-Obeid, the Palestinian Pele, a talent who gave hope to countless children, even in the darkest of times. Now, a lot of people were pointing out that this is such passive wording. They don't mention how he died. They don't mention who killed him. And even Mo Salah got involved here. You see his response there? Can you tell us how he died, where, and why? Did you see all that unfolding on social media, David?
No, I missed it. Yeah, it's kind of half-hearted by them, but
Oh my God.
Brian's got something.
What are you
up on his
laughing
screen
at
there.
now?
There's Joe Brown with
I
the
don't-
Afghan coat.
Brian, you're the most inappropriate contributor imaginable. Run away and put your Palestine top on before we get cancelled.
By putting how's that? It's just a guy wearing a coat.
Okay.
What do you think it was? It's
Uh,
Joe Brown
I
wearing
don't know,
an
but
Afghan
we're not
coat.
on that subject. We've moved on
I
from
know,
70s
I know,
would-be
I
comedians
know,
in
I
Afghan
know.
coats to talk about a rather serious issue.
yeah, but I think it's kind of UEFA trying to kind of jump on the bandwagon, but not having the balls to do it properly.
Yeah.
As many people have said on this, on this podcast, it's important to be on the right side of history. We started it, and then you've got these people that are kind of making, half-arsed attempts to do it as well. But do it properly or don't do it at all.
Well, no one's made a more half-arsed attempt to discuss the Gaza scenario than we have tonight, with Joe Brown interrupting every few seconds. Joe Brown. Show us his picture again. Let's move back onto that. Show us his picture. Still got it. He's good, like the blonde, spiky-haired fella.
That's him.
Yeah.
But he's wearing an Afghan coat, trying to blend in. Can you see it?
Okay, oh yeah, right, okay, him. Wonder if he's still alive. Do you see Afghan dogs?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. There's been quite a few on the streets when I was on the way to the airport yesterday.
Uh-huh.
We've got about a dozen cats roaming around the compound here. So, yep.
And do Afghan dogs look like your man who played for Leicester?
What, Joe Brown?
What's his name? No. That guy used to play for Man U. He was in the class in 92, and then he ended up at Leicester, and he used to kick people around the place. Welsh fella.
Shade.
The blonde guy. Oh God, I'm doing a Brown now. What was his name? Oh jeez. Robbie
You
Savage.
guys- Robbie
Will
Savage, yeah.
Savage played for.
Yeah.
All right.
Savage. Yeah. Middle shade. Blondie.
Did you know he was in the class of '92
He wasn't. He
at
was
Man U?
he was there picking up his boots that he left at a training game. It's like all these ones. You ever remember, ex Man United and such player never played for United in his life?
I once played futsal here in KK, and we came out of the game, and there was this middle-aged guy. He'd been playing with us. I'd say middle-aged. I was maybe 30, and he was 55, moustache, balding. And I said to him, just out by way of politeness, a few good touches in there. And he was like, yeah, you don't lose it. And I was like, what do you mean? I mean, did you play like at a reasonable level? He goes, yeah, professionally. I was like, you used to play professional football? No way. Who'd you play for? Like any team would recognise? And he says, yeah, Manchester United, 1967 to 72, or something like that. And I was like, what are you talking about? No way. That would have been, that's the golden era, late 60s. I mean, you would have played alongside all these greats and all, and he started listing the players that he played alongside. And I was like, lads, where do you hear this? And I repeated what he told us, and we were all like, just didn't know which way to turn. Of course, we all went home and Googled him, looked up team pictures, and no sign of him anywhere. Team lists. Just a complete fantasist. I mean, that was too big a shout. If he'd said, yeah, I played for, Accrington Stanley or something, you would have let it lie, Brian. But too big a shout.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say Kenny Sansom or something like that, but no. Man United, that's being a bit greedy, saying you played for United.
I know, it's
And
ridiculous.
saying, you get a game now, like, probably.
All right.
See,
Well,
you got his number, Gav? Get him in for the Champions League qualifier.
Yeah.
He had 72. Like Mike Bassett, Benson and Hedges, that's still one of the funniest things. Do you ever think you've seen Mike Bassett, Football Manager?
I've seen it, but I don't remember that. But
He
what's
wrote
the
down
Benson
the
and
England
Hedges?
team on the back of a fag packet, and he brought up two players, Steve Hedges and Dave Benson, and one of them was about 65. He's sitting on the sideline smoking. Brilliant! What a good film! Brilliant film.
On a Permo, met Ralph Milne, Man United player, former Man U player, in the Dundee court cells. Wow. Pretty interesting.
The Man U fans used to call him Pele. I think there was an element of sarcasm there, from their point. But, yeah,
I had
he
a
was
couple of pints with... Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, that was it.
I had a couple of pints with Lee Martin here when he came with Man U legends, and they played in the town that I live in that nobody ever comes to. So I had a few
You
pints
talking
with
to
him.
him?
Yeah, chatting away.
Did he say much about his Celtic career?
Not really, no. I don't think there's a lot to say, is there?
No.
I mean, he says he liked it, but I mean, he was Man U. Man U is the story of his career, isn't it? Didn't do much beyond there. But he certainly does have a big nose on him, and he's known as Schnoz
Schnoz.
to the other players. What do you think about that, David?
I don't know what to say about people with big noses, but yeah.
I wasn't suggesting that. No. Jesus Christ.
Have a go, why don't you?
You're very sensitive. All right, let's wrap it up there. Thanks to everyone in chat. That was absolutely amazing. He was a great player for Dundee United, Ralph Milne. Loves to drink too
There's
much
the
by the
play.
time he was at Man U.
I think
Jamie
we should,
Vardy's the elephant in the room. Do we want to talk about that? Because we all said backstage.
yeah.
I think he's
is
off
that
to
one
Crystal
going
Palace.
away? All right.
According to the record.
Does anyone else
Yeah,
know
I
that?
would-
What's
I
the
would-
latest on Jamie Vardy?
I'd take any striker just now. But according to the trustworthy record, I think he's possibly got an offer by Crystal Palace.
I hope the Huns are looking at Irving because we certainly don't need him.
Yeah, me too.
Never heard of him.
Another midfielder.
Sorry.
All right. Vardy's only 38 in his prime. Would be useless against the low block, says John Clement. Well, is that the elephant in the room, really? I don't know. Well, there's no news on players. There's nothing to talk about there. So let's not waste our breath. We talked about the games coming up. That's good enough for me. We've ticked up over the hour mark. So thank you very much to everyone in the chat. Quite a lot of new faces. Like I say, I can't wait to check the subscriber numbers after the show. It seems certain that we've reached and indeed breached the target that we were going for. So that's exciting. As somebody else said in the chat, the next target will be 1967, Brian. And then after that, up to the big two big ones.
Big two, and then Seville.
2 Gs.
2003. Wasn't it, Seville?
Okay.
No.
Well, the targets never end because we're not just looking to maintain here at the Celtic World, we're looking to progress.
Yeah.
And if you want someone to just maintain numbers, then I'm not your man. You know what I'm saying?
It's all right.
All right. Let's leave it at that, everyone. Until next time. Oh, is there going to be a drink along? What time did we say the Falkirk game was on?
It's 7:30
In the
UK and
evening?
Ireland time.
Oh, geez, it might be tricky then. There may or may not be a drink along. Thank you
Sorry,
very
I
much,
didn't
everyone.
make it to the watch along last week.
Oh,
I
never mind.
partied out a bit and I couldn't make it. Gavin Rogers.
Yes. All right. Bye all. See you on Monday,
folks.
if not before. Cheerio.
Okay, folks. Hail. Cheers.
Hail, folks.